Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Okay. Where is this supposed to be? Okay. A card fell out while I was shuffling. And it's focus. Okay. There's a lot of positive information here. Okay. I think there's a lot of strong energy here. I feel like you're dealing with a situation. First off, what I feel is like you're going to be doing the best you can with it, but I feel like there's external or something outside the situation that you just pretty much have to handle best you can. This does feel like it's going to go well for the most part. Let's get into it, because there's something here. Like, I feel like there's something going on around you. It's almost like, you know, when a storm hits and things are knocked over and, you know, there's damage. It's kind of like that. A storm comes, you can prepare as much as you can. You could try to prepare as much as you can, but if you get directly hit with a tornado, you have to pick up the pieces. And I hope that's not a downer, but it kind of feels like you're going to get hit with a tornado. But you're setting things up in a good way. For like whatever's around you to try to heal as easily as possible. You got the Two of Cups coming into this. It's extremely important is what I'm getting, because you're helping someone else and you're also showing someone else what they need to do. You got the Lover's card between you. You have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups, Age of Pentacles. Like, there's a lot of emotion with this. And there's a moment coming up that I'm feeling, and I'm like, I know you're going to be setting somebody up the best you can for them to recover, but there's a tornado. It's like a tornado warning. I feel like right off the bat, it's a tornado warning. And there's somebody you care about very, very deeply, somebody who means a lot to you, that you see eye to eye with, that like this is somebody you love having in your life. And I'm getting they're working at making things better. You're working with them, trying to do the best possible, and you're helping them set up for a better success, a better time forward. You're focusing on this, but they're saying also, but be aware of the reality of a situation. Because I feel like you're doing the best you can. You have focus here. You have the King of Cups, which don't get caught up in the gender. It doesn't matter. But it's basically saying you're very emotionally connected, but you're very precise. Like, this is what we're dealing with. This is what needs to happen. And you're like, this is what we need to do, so let's do it. And you're pushing that forward, and you're helping this other person the best way you can. You got a lot, like all those cards, focus, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. You're putting it out there. You're helping this person. At some points, I almost feel like you're picking them up and carrying them forward when you have to. You feel like this could go much better than it is. You got the Magician here in the environment with the Faith card. And I'm starting to trip on my words, I'm noticing, because I feel like the focus is saying pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to the warning signs. It's like the sirens are going off for a tornado warning. The sirens are there. They're saying, listen to those sirens. Realize what's coming towards you. I don't think this is going to be as bad as I originally thought. I think this is going to go better, because like I feel like as long as you hear those sirens, hear the reality of it, because it's going to be hard. And you're not going to want to hear them, because you're like, no, it can go better than that. No, it doesn't. Just because there's a tornado warning doesn't mean it's going to hit our house. Realize it's coming for your house. It's going to hit your house. That's what I'm getting. It's coming your way. I'm getting what's going on here in the environment is when you're setting this up, just hear those sirens. Hear those sirens. Hear those sirens and make it work out, because I'm feeling like this can go much better for you. And the person, because the person I feel like you're helping, it's like, I swear to God, it's almost like it's their house. The tornado is coming for the house. It's their house. It's actually somebody else's house. It's kind of how it feels. Somebody else, this tornado is going to hit them. You love them so much, and you're trying to help them. It's like you're boarding up the windows, and you're locking this down. And let's put everything in the basement so nothing flies away. Let's lock it up in the garage so we don't have to worry about things flying around the yard. Let's just, that way if some high winds hit you, you'll be okay. But I literally feel like you're setting this up the best you can. And it's almost like this other person is like, I'm getting the Seven of Swords because they want to walk away from it because they're like, I don't know what to do with this. It's like they're freaking out. The high winds are coming. They don't know what to do. They want to run, but you're like, no, hold it together. Hold it together. This will work out. Just work with me. We'll secure things. We'll lock things down. We'll board up the windows. You're going to be okay. And then we'll, like, if you're really nervous, we'll go to a shelter. And then when we come back, everything will be fine. You'll see. So you're holding this together. You're holding this together. And I'm getting like the next phase comes in. I literally feel like this is like the tornado hitting. It hits their house. And like, you know what I mean? You can board it up and prepare it the best you want. But when the tornado hits, the tornado hits. You know what I'm saying? What I'm getting here is the Two of Swords, like this other person doesn't know what to do. The Four of Swords is in between you and them. And you're just kind of like, just hold strong. We got to wait for the tornado to pass. Let's let the tornado pass. And for you, that might be like, we need to gather all the information. It's almost like not only does the tornado need to pass, but then we gotta assess the damage. So like you're trying to get them to hold on. You got this Ace of Cups with them. You got this Ace of Cups. So you're saying, listen. Hold on. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. This isn't. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Hold on. We're gonna let it pass. And then we're going to find out what's happening, and then I'm going to help you. We're going to figure this out. We're going to do something. This does not mean we're down. This does not mean we're destroyed. Let's just let it pass, and we'll assess what's happened, and we'll go from there. And I feel like that's where you are. You're like, hold on. I know this is bad, and I'm not saying it's not, but let's let things settle so we see what we have, and we'll handle it. And you're trying so hard. I do feel like you're having a hard time with this because while you're staying strong for that person, that's what this says. That's what this is. You're staying strong for that person, and I feel like it's really pulling on your heartstrings. It's really hard. Like for some of you, like I had a relative that was like this. She could be very strong to your face, and she could hold through a situation, and she could make that situation work, and she would be tough as nails through the whole thing. But when she had a moment on her own, she's off in her room by herself, it would come out, and she would vent it out best she could. And I feel like that's what's going on. Like this is ripping you apart. But when it comes to the situation and this person, you got to keep them strong. And you're holding it together. You're like, nope, keep going. Nope, this isn't down and out. No, we're gonna make it. And I feel like it's taking a long time because there's patience here. But you're picking this person up. You got the Three of Swords. You are heartbroken about the tornado hit it all. That's not a fun moment. And you feel bad for them, and you're feeling that pain with the Three of Swords. But you're trumping it. You're personally deciding to trump it with that Empress energy, because it's on top. You'll notice it's on top. Like I can hide that Three of Swords behind the Empress. Again, don't get caught up in the gender, but you're basically like, listen, I gotta keep that positive energy going. I have to keep things moving forward. I can't let them see that I'm devastated too. And they might know to a degree, but you're not letting them know how much you're really devastated about this because you don't like it either. You're devastated too that they got hit by that tornado. You don't like that. It's really feeling like it's a very heavy burden, but you're like, no, I have to help them stand up. I have to help them move forward. So I'm not going to let them know that I'm upset about it too, that I'm also just as crushed about it as they are. I'm going to stand up and help them move forward. Do it, like, pace yourself. And like that analogy I just gave, or that history of my own family of the person I can remember that would they tough as nails when it came to actually handling it, but they had their moments where they pretty much disappear from people where they could acceptably do so and not be missed, and they would have their moment and they would, vent out some of that energy. I feel like they're saying with the Patience card, pace yourself might be better because let yourself pull away from it now and then. Give yourself a break from it every now and then. Step away. Give yourself a place to vent out how you're feeling. Let your emotions drain. For some people, like for me, I don't know why it is, but if I watch a sad movie, there it all goes. And then when the movie's over, I'm just like, okay, and I can move on. I don't know why it works for me, but that's one thing that works for me. Other people, you just need some time on your own. Maybe some songs, sad songs, that might work for you. Maybe you need to get out there and exercise. Whatever works for you. Sometimes people just need to get out alone in nature, just relax. And sometimes that's all they need. But they're saying, do something like that. Give yourself the strength, because you're going to need that strength. This is not completely down and out. The other person you're dealing with, I feel like you're making a difference. You're making a big difference going forward. But it's hard because you're making that difference, but they're not sold on it. The Five of Swords is kind of like the fruitless wind. Like basically the situation is getting better, but they're not feeling strong enough. They're like, it's working for now, but for how long? How long before another tornado knocks me out? It's almost like that's the feeling they have. Like, yeah, we're doing our best to pick up the pieces now, but how long before another tornado knocks me out? Then what am I gonna do? They're having a hard time with it, and it's gonna take some time to really pick them up. But they're gonna do better. You're helping them. It's gonna take some time. I feel like that's the thing you need to know. It's gonna take some time. That you have the protection with the Six of Cups here. It's making me really feel like you're setting up new patterns. It's almost like, all right, so the tornado, say, wiped out the house, just for argument's sake. And I feel like you're trying to look at this like, all right, is there a way we can create a better dwelling so that they don't have to be so afraid? And then it's almost like you're also almost going into the statistics. It's almost like, how likely is it for a tornado to come through this area again, that close to the house? I don't know if this is an extremist thing. I don't know why I'm going there, but like I want to say certain people, like they have underground homes, sort of. I don't know how to explain that. Like they live in the basement. Like I'm up here in New York. Most people where I am have basements. So it's almost like I know of one house that like the majority of it is the basement. And then there's a small upper first level. You're looking at options is basically the point. You're trying to help them work out options to protect them from this happening to them again. You're working with them to find ways to protect them. Like, all right, what if a tornado does come again? What can we do to make this easier on you, or make this safer for you, or give you another place to hide, you know, to where you don't have all your assets built up here? Are there other insurances we could have? You know what I mean? You're helping them. You're setting this up. You're helping them feel more protected, and I feel like that's a big thing with this, helping them feel more protected in the end. Some of them, I feel like if we're going to use that tornado analogy, maybe they don't want to have their own house anymore. Maybe they want to live in some type of apartment or something like that. Maybe that's going to be the option this time. You know what I mean? Maybe they want to move from the area and they want to move to an area that doesn't have as high frequency of tornadoes. There's changes going on here. Protection is like finding better ways so that way, you know, that's going to be a fear of theirs. Because whatever this is, it's creating a fear if it wasn't already. So you're going to help them figure that out. This is going to get better. I'm noticing I don't see the World card. I don't see the Death card, which is telling me this is not putting this person flat on their face, defeated. The Ten of Swords is not out here either, by the way. I'm noticing that. This is a setback. This is hard, but this is not going to take anybody out of the game. So this is going to be a survival thing. This is going to build them up. This is something they're meant to get stronger from. You're helping them greatly, and they're just saying with this whole thing, make sure that you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Give yourself those moments with the patience, like pace yourself. Give yourself the permission to step away. If you just have to have a night where you're just off on your own and you want to watch movies, it doesn't have to be sad movies. Maybe you want to watch happy movies. Maybe that's what helps you feel revitalized. Whatever makes you happy, do that. Do that so that you can pace yourself and keep it in line so you can just have moments where you can step away from the situation, step away from thinking about it, and just breathe again and revitalize, because you're in this for the long haul. You love this person too much. You have too many cup cards. You have the Two of Cups, the King of Cups. Like all of this, seriously. You got all this for this person. All of this for this person, whoever it is. You have all this, you know what I mean? You got the Lover's card between you and them. Like you're in this. Your heart is in this. You're not going to back down. You're not going to walk away. It's not like a Scorpio to be like, oh, I care, but later. That's not like a Scorpio. A Scorpio is more like, you know, it may be stereotypical, like I care and I need to help and I'm going to help, get out of my way. That might be more like I'm going to help. That's how it is. So just pace yourself. Give yourself that ability to recharge your batteries. You'll be okay. It's good for you and it's good for the situation. Because when you revitalize your batteries, information flows easier. You have more energy. Things go a lot smoother. Not just for you, but for everything. Everything will go smoother. So make sure you do that. And I think we're good. All right, good. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.